Hello guys, welcome to Data Engineers Academy. Today I want to discuss about some Python questions. So the first question is, what is a tuple in Python and how it is different from a list? And C, the answer is, what is a tuple in Python? A tuple in Python is an ordered, immutable collection of elements and it is used to store multiple items in a single variable. Tuples are defined using parentheses and their elements can be of different data types. And next one is, how is a tuple different from a list? And here you see tuple and a list. Okay, and tuple is a immutable and list is a mutable, and it is defined using parentheses and defined using square brackets compared to the list. And list is a slower compared to the tuple, and it consumes less memory and it consumes more memory, and it have a fixed data and list have a dynamic data. And next one is, how do you create a tuple? And give an example. A tuple in Python is created by placing comma separated values inside the parentheses, and tuples are immutable. Here, these are the types of tuples creation in a Python. First one is creating a tuple using an integer type. This is the result of this program. And second type, to create a tuple using a string. And here this is the output of this program. And third type is creating a tuple with single element. Here see, coming to the third one, creating a tuple with using single element. So this is the output of this program. And another one is using the tuple constructor. So this is the output of this program. And last one is creating a nested tuple. So this is the output of this program, right? So here the third question is, can we modify a tuple after a tuple creation, and why or why not? Let's see the answer now. So we cannot modify a tuple after its creation because tuples are immutable in a Python. So why are tuples immutable? It's a memory optimization and a hashability and a data integrity. While we cannot modify a tuple itself if it contains a mutable elements like a list inside a tuple. So those elements can be changed. So here is the example. We are adding an element in a tuple. So we cannot add any element after a tuple creation, right? I have already told you. And here the error message occurs, and the error message attribute error, right? And tuple object has no attribute append. It confirms that you try to use the append method on a tuple, which is not allowed because tuples are immutable in Python. Here the tuple structure remains unchanged because the list inside it gets modified. But another way is to create a tuple in a Python. Since tuples are immutable, you cannot directly add elements to an existing tuple. However, you can create a new tuple by concatenation or other techniques. And here are the different ways to add elements to a tuple. First one is using concatenation. It is nothing but a plus operator here using. And you can concatenate an existing tuple with a new element wrapped in another tuple. And a single element must be inside a tuple of 4 with a comma, otherwise it is want to be a tuple. And second one is using plus equals to augmented assignment. Through tuples are immutable, plus equals to creates a new tuple and reassigns it. And third one is using tuple method with list conversion. Okay, so convert the tuples into a list, modifying it and convert it back. And fourth one is, this method unpacks the original tuple and adds new elements dynamically. And last one is merge. So the question is, how do you access elements in a tuple? So let's see the answer. Here In Python, you can access elements in a tuple using an indexing and slicing. So, first one is indexing. So, different ways to access an element. Here, first one is indexing, slicing, using a loop, and a tuple unpacking. Okay. So, what is indexing? Each element in a tuple has an index. So, starting from 0. And you can use the index inside square brackets to access an element. And what is a slicing? You can retrieve a range of elements using slicing. It's nothing but start, stop, and step. And third one is using a loop. If you want to access all elements, you can use a for loop. And last one is tuple unpacking. You can assign tuple elements to multiple variables. So here is the examples to accessing an elements. So here accessing using an elements and negative indexing. Here this is the negative indexing. So here is the output of this program. And second one is positive indexing. We are accessing by using positive indexing, right? So negative indexing, it means the -1, -3, -2. This is the negative indexing, right? So positive indexing, here is the 3, 5, and 4. So this is the output of this program. Next, so fifth one is, what is the tuple unpacking in a Python? So first, what is the unpacking in Python? So tuple unpacking in a Python is a feature that allows you to assign values from a tuple to multiple variables in a single statement, right? This makes it easy to extract and use elements from a tuple. So this is the example of tuple unpacking. So this is the output of this program. And different ways to unpack the elements. So unpacking elements using mixed tuples. So this is the integer, this is the strings, this is also string, and this is also string, right? So here this is the output of this program. Here we are using tuple unpacking in a loop format. So using tuple unpacking in a loop, tuple unpacking is useful when iterating over a list of tuples. Using this next one is using the star operator for practical partial unpacking. So using the star operator, here this is the star operator partial unpacking. Tuple unpacking simplifies code readability and helps in working with structured data efficiently. So here, how do you concatenate two tuples? So let's see the answer right now. So concatenation is the process of joining two or more sequences like strings, list, or tuples together to form a new sequence, right? So here is the example of concatenation tuple in tuple. So concatenation, it is means plus operator we are using. So tuple 1, tuple 2, and a new result equal to tuple 1 plus tuple 2. Print of result. Print result. So concatenation of tuple 1 and tuple 2. So here is the example of this. Here is the output of this program. So next one, using string elements. Here concatenation using string elements, right? So T1 contains data and T2 engineering. So the result is to concatenate the two strings of T1 and T2 and print the results. So data engineering. So this is the output of this program. So thank you guys. For more training updates, please contact Data Engineers Academy now. So how do you convert a list into a tuple? So now let's see the answer. So you can convert a list into a tuple using the tuple function in a Python. So this method converting list to tuple using the tuple method, tuple function. So here T1 equals to, we are creating a list here, right? And next new T1 equals to tuple of T1. So print of new T1. So this is the output of this program. So, and next one is converting list to tuple by using string elements. Here we are also creating a list, and we are creating new variable new T1 equals to tuple of T1 and print of new T1. So here is the output of this program. So here, last one is how do you find the length of a tuple? So find the length of a tuple in a Python using the built-in length function. So this is the example of this tuple. This is the example, and using length function here. Here this is the output of this program. So how many elements are there in T1? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the output is 9. So this is the output of this program. And calculating the length using string functions. So using string functions is there. So 8 elements are there. So this is the output of this program.